Dakota News Now begins with First Alert Weather.
All right, it's 9 o'clock and good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Allen.
I'm Andrea Anderson. Homes, basements, city parks, streets, highways, even parts of the interstate inundated with water after hours of rainfall, leaving much of the Dakota News Now area flooded. Intersections and businesses in southwest Sioux Falls filling up with water today. The area near 41st and Louise is often victim to flooding after heavy rainfall. You can see in this video here, today was no exception. This is the area near Target.
Well, I have seen some pickups go through it and they're lifted pretty high and even they're coming out smoking. You can't even see the road. I wouldn't even chance it because you just don't know how deep that is. You can see like your street signs and stuff, but I don't know how deep it is in there until I would go in and find out, and then it could be too late.
And when it comes to these streets that are closed and covered with water, the city of Sioux Falls is reminding people not to ignore the barricades or drive onto those closed roads. Doing so can be extremely dangerous and damage your vehicle. The city of Sioux Falls has a working list of all street closures. You can find those on our website. The city of Sioux Falls has activated its emergency operations center to respond to that flooding.
We can also tell you tonight that a no travel advisory has been placed on all state highway sections in southeast South Dakota that are experiencing flooding. The South Dakota Department of Transportation says a majority of state and local routes are currently impassable due to standing or flowing water across the roadway. And many of the major streams and river elevations will continue to rise, and they're not anticipated to peak until this weekend, maybe later. All current road closures, no travel advisories, and highway obstructions can be found on the 511 website. We do have a link at dakotanewsnow.com.
Another reminder from the city of Sioux Falls, when it comes to those sump pumps, it is important to make sure you are draining your sump pump onto the lawn, into street gutters, or into a sump pump collection system. The city says draining sump pumps into floor drains or the sanitary sewer is not only against city ordinance, it can also overload the sewer system and cause sewage backups.
Another story we're keeping an eye on at this hour, evacuation orders are being put in place in Rock Valley, Iowa tonight, as that area is also expecting more rain this evening on top of what's already covering the ground there. The city is alerting residents who live in the higher risk flood areas to leave their homes. Shelter is available at the Faith Reformed Church. This coming as data from the National Weather Service shows the river there is expected to rise to almost 22 feet at its crest. That is more than 6 feet above flood stage. The flooding situation becoming so dire that people are being asked to stay home so emergency vehicles can access flooded areas.
Please don't drive over water, because if the road is closed and you go in the ditch, I can't send my first responders out because I'm not putting their lives at danger either. So please do not drive through water, especially if the road is closed, like Highway 18 is closed. Please do not drive down Highway 18.
Officials with Mid-American Energy have already shut off power and natural gas to some of the homes in that affected area.
The rising floodwaters trapping people all across the area today. At Huset Speedway near Brandon, crews were called this morning for reports of people and campers trapped by that rising floodwater. Several agencies responded with boats. They were able to rescue about 30 people from that campground area there. And in Sioux Falls, another call for rescue came from the western part of town earlier today. Sioux Falls Fire Rescue and Game Fish and Parks responding to the area of Madison and Ellis Road. 2 people and 1 dog, we're told, were rescued from 2 separate vehicles there. They are expected to be okay.
And a separate incident happened today in downtown Sioux Falls that Sioux Falls Police and Fire Rescue responded to. An individual was rescued from the water near Falls Park after going into the water upstream near the Hilton Garden Inn. We're told that person is expected to be okay. City officials urging extreme caution to anyone visiting Falls Park. As you can see, those falls are swelling with water right now.
We flew in last Saturday into Sioux Falls, took a road trip all the way up to Rapid City in Wyoming for the week. I've never seen anything like this, but I really wanted to see it when I saw the rain because we were driving on I-90. Some of it was a little flooded.
Now, this weather event affecting the tri-state area too. As you can see now, these photos were posted by the Laverne Fire Department. And according to officials there, a semi-truck tipped on its side and became partially submerged underwater. 2 people were able to get out of the cab, but were trapped on top of the vehicle. Both people and fire crews were able to get out safely.
Now, along with the flooding, emergency officials in Lyon County, Iowa had to deal with a train derailment as well, if you can believe it. This BNSF freight train derailed just south of Alvord early this morning. Lyon County Emergency Management telling our Cooper Seamer that a total of 9 cars derailed. No hazmat teams were called, and BNSF was still clearing the tracks as of this afternoon.
Into our south, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers shifting operations at Gavins Point Dam in response to the excess rainwater. That dam will be cutting flows downstream to help alleviate flooding. By doing this, officials say this will raise the Lewis and Clark Lake elevation by 2 feet. The lower releases will continue into the weekend.